In the name of the one holy and living God. Amen. In a week, we in the Episcopal Church will be ushering in the tenure of a new presiding bishop. So it seems fitting today to pay tribute to the moment by way of a sermon reference to the great preacher and visionary leader, outgoing presiding bishop Michael Curry. One of the last sermons he preached before becoming presiding bishop was at the Episcopal youth event in 2014. And in that sermon, Bishop Curry said, "I am convinced that go is one of God's favorite words. Because whenever God is about to change the world, God tells someone to go. From Noah to Abraham and Sarah to Moses, God says, go. But in the going, God assures them, times may be hard, the road will certainly not always be easy, but you will not be alone. I will be with you." Bishop Curry went on to say, the reason we come together in community, the reason we gather week by week to break bread together and to hear the word preached, the reason we come together is so that we can go into this world to change and transform it from the nightmare that it often is to the dream that God intends for all God's children. Jesus, Emmanuel, God with us, picks up this message in the Gospels, often telling his followers to go, just as we heard in today's Gospel. Jesus' last words to Bartimaeus are, "Go, your faith has made you well." And Bartimaeus regained his sight and immediately followed Jesus on the way. We don't know a whole lot about Bartimaeus. We don't know whether he's younger or older or somewhere in between. We don't know how long he's been blind or what caused his impairment, though we know he could at least see at some point in his life because he asked Jesus to let him see again. We don't know if he still has family, where he lays his head at night, or how many days he's been sitting on the side of the road. But here's what we do know. We do know his name is Bartimaeus. We know he's someone's son. We know he's blind, and we can guess that his blindness has something to do with why he is now on the side of the road. We know that he is steeped in the faith of his ancestors, and that though he may not be able to see with his eyes, he seemed to be able to perceive a whole lot more than many folks gathered around Jesus, including the disciples. He knows that this person passing by, this man smothered in crowds, this Jesus is special. This Jesus is somehow so connected to the ways of God in the world that Bartimaeus can boldly name him Son of David as he cries out to him for mercy. We know this man, this Bartimaeus, will not be silenced, no matter how sternly he is told to shut up. Whether out of conviction or desperation, he cries only all the more, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." Bartimaeus' story certainly didn't start there, but it is this moment right there that changed the course of his life. It was here that Bartimaeus not only regains his sight, but perhaps as importantly, hears Jesus say, "Go." And from that moment on, follows him on the way to the cross, on the way through death, on the way to resurrection, on the way to life. We, too, like Bartimaeus, we are people of the way. We are people who hear Jesus say, "Go," and hopefully most often, we go. We follow in Jesus' footsteps because, like Bartimaeus, we too have a story that's marked and defined and punctuated by the sound of Jesus calling us, that compels us to throw off whatever it is that weighs us down as we come face to face with the living God. A story in which a simple question, "What do you want me to do for you?" leads to the words, "Go, your faith has made you well." When I joined y'all in early September and preached at the bilingual service at Shrinemont, I shared about a new camera that I'd read about that scientists had developed to enable people to see the world through the eyes of birds and bees and other animals. And one of the images taken with that camera was of the sky, and in it, the sky was this brilliant magenta color. Because to the birds who see in ultraviolet light, unlike us, the sky on a cloudless day may be magenta. It occurred to me that life with Jesus is at least in part about coming to see and perceive in ways that we had never imagined previously, and finding new life in the midst of it. Bishop Curry said in his sermon years ago that whenever God is about to change the world, God tells someone to go. And you at Grace, you're in the midst of this really profound moment, a moment highlighted in the renewal of ministry service tomorrow with Mother Ann, a moment in which I believe God is telling you to go make manifest in word and deed the ministry of reconciliation to which all Christians are called. And what is reconciliation if not some kind of change? Some invitation to see things differently in a way that has the power and potential to draw people together where they have previously been torn apart, to bridge difference, to heal pain, to repair what has been broken. One of the worlds that God is changing is here at Grace, and you are being invited to continue meeting this moment with your whole heart and mind and strength and spirit and soul, because, good Lord, doesn't the world need that witness right now? If Jesus were to turn to you today and ask, "What do you want me to do for you?" I suspect there may be a whole cacophony of responses, but I also suspect that at the heart of them would be a longing for some kind of newness of life, rooted in love, in belonging, in connection, in healing, and hope. So go. Meet this moment with courage. Meet this moment with confidence. Go while holding the complexity of emotions, the diversity of experiences, the work not left undone, but still to do. And be the powerful witness to the ministry of reconciliation that God is calling you to be. Throw off what does not serve, what holds you back, what weighs you down, but go. Go trusting that through it all, in spite of it all, because of it all, God is with you. And you truly, truly can see and perceive in ways that you never imagined before. The sky is blue, the sky is magenta, Both things are true. Go, because by your faith and God's grace, you are made well.